Are you looking to improve your experience using NotebookLM? Well, guys, in this video, I'm going to show you some of my favorite NotebookLM hacks that you can start using right away to get the most out of this awesome AI tool. So be sure to stick around for the entire video. So if this is your first time to the channel, welcome. My name is Ryan, and my mission is to help you navigate the overwhelming world of artificial intelligence. And if you want to know my favorite AI tools and prompts that I'm using for marketing and content creation, be sure to get my free AI Marketing Essentials Guide. You can find the link for this below this video. But now let's dive back into some of my favorite NotebookLM hacks. So first of all, if you've never heard of NotebookLM, this is an awesome free AI tool owned and operated by Google. They define it as your personalized AI research assistant. There's so much that this tool can do. I do have an intro level video on NotebookLM I'll leave in the video description below that you guys can check out. And all you need is a free Google account to use this. Visit notebooklm.google, click try NotebookLM. You'll be signed into your Google account. And then all you need to do is click create new to create a new notebook. And then we can start diving into the magic of NotebookLM. Now, I'm going to assume a lot of you watching this video have already used NotebookLM before and you understand the very basics of things like how to add sources in the top left, how to generate an AI audio overview, which this was the big feature that really put NotebookLM on the map, was generating AI-powered podcasts. But this first NotebookLM hack that I want to share with you is the ability to actually customize this audio overview versus giving NotebookLM full control. They now have a customize button. So if you click this, notice that you have a box where we can now direct NotebookLM on how we want this audio overview to sound. Focus on a specific source, focus on a topic, focus on a specific audience. And this update, I want to say, rolled out a couple weeks, maybe a month ago. I remember making a video about this on my channel, so I'll find that and leave that in the video description. But now what we can do is we can leverage ChatGPT or Claude to even help us with this. So we can come into ChatGPT and prompt it with something like the following. Help me customize AI audio I'm generating with NotebookLM. I want the output to sound simple, professional, serious, and understandable at an 8th grade level. Use a maximum of 500 characters. That's all you get is 500 characters in total. And now what we can do is come in here, copy and paste this more advanced prompt versus just trying to type something in there. And you can definitely do that. Come back to NotebookLM, click customize, drop it in here, and now you'll see we now have that more advanced prompt from ChatGPT. Click generate, and now it's going to generate this AI audio overview. So I'm going to skip ahead and wait till this is complete. All right, so now I'm going to play a few seconds of this audio overview and let's see what it sounds like. But remember, in the custom instructions, I said, make the output more understandable at an 8th grade level. As if I didn't do that, I can promise you this would sound very technical with a lot of words like LLM, machine learning, a lot of technical jargon that NotebookLM tends to use sometimes. So let's see what this sounds like.
Hey everyone, ChatGPT, huh? It's like everywhere these days.
It really is.
But like, what
It's like everywhere these days.
even is ChatGPT?
Right.
And why are people freaking out about it? Well, on today's deep dive, we're going to figure that.
And just from listening to the first 10 seconds of that, I can easily tell it is catered to an 8th grade level. It's very understandable to the average person who has no idea what ChatGPT is. So I'm glad to see just with that small snippet that what I said in the custom instructions appeared to be working. So that is the very first NotebookLM hack, is using the customization with audio overviews. Now, staying on a similar topic of audio, another NotebookLM hack that you can explore is the ability to analyze podcast episodes and provide synopsis, key takeaways, versus listening to an entire episode. There are some really long podcast episodes out there, hour, 2 hours long. You could do the same thing for an ebook as well, for what I'm about to show you. So what you can do is you can visit a website like listennotes.com, and on the search bar, I'll leave this in the description below, and on the search bar, you can type in any podcast or any specific podcast episode, and what you can do, and here's my podcast called Marketing Quacks, you can come into any episode, click this little button here with the 3 dots, and you should see an option to download audio. This will download the MP3 file of a podcast episode. And now what you can do is come back to NotebookLM, add a source here. And remember, you can upload these types of files right here: PDF, TXT, Markdown, audio, MP3 file right there. So we can click choose file, make sure you save it on your desktop or somewhere where you can find it. And I'm going to find that MP3 file that I just downloaded here. So right here, Marketing Quacks Podcast. So I'm going to upload that MP3 file of my podcast episode. And as you'll see, it's right here. So I'm going to skip ahead after this is done. All right, now after the MP3 file is fully uploaded, simply click Notebook Guide if you don't see the menu, and you can do anything you want here, but the two I would focus on are Table of Contents and also Briefing Doc. Now also what's cool here is the summary. Now you would get this for any source using NotebookLM, I understand that, but if you're looking for a quick summary of a podcast episode, this is a really good summary right here that they provide that's only one paragraph long versus sitting there listening to 30 or 40 minutes. Also, too, what's important about this is not a lot of podcast platforms offer transcripts. You can obviously get that on YouTube, but I don't believe it's easy to get a transcript from Spotify, Apple, and all the other podcast platforms. I remember looking into it at one point, and it was a pretty tedious process. So that's another benefit of doing that. So here, if I click on, I believe this is the table of context. I like how it breaks this down. Intro, pros of starting a marketing agency, cons of starting a marketing agency, alternative paths, and concluding thoughts. Here's the briefing document. So these are just the main takeaways, the pros, the cons, my alternative personal branding approach, right? So here it has ZER. That's not how you spell my name, but not going to complain about that. Conclusion, right? There's just so much that you can do with this in terms of analyzing a podcast episode, and that is the second hack. And it's not only podcast episodes, really you can do this to analyze any audio file using NotebookLM. Another NotebookLM hack that I want to share with you is utilizing this tool to create content outlines when you're trying to write blog posts for a specific keyword. So you'll see in this example, I've named my notebook ChatGPT Hacks. That's the keyword that I want to go after in this example. And on the left-hand side, what I've done is I analyzed the SERP or search engine results page on Google for the target keyword, which is best ChatGPT hacks. Obviously, this would change to whatever your target keyword is. And so what I did was I added Reddit, ClickUp, and this magical website as my three sources right here. So now that I have those three sources in NotebookLM, what I can do on the bottom is I can then prompt it with the following. And I will leave this prompt in the video description below. Give me an SEO content outline based on the sources for my top ranking competitors for the keyword. And this is where you would insert your keyword. ChatGPT hacks. Let's do best ChatGPT hacks. That's more of a long tail one that I'm going to go after. In the content outline include SEO title, meta description, headings, word count, LSI keywords, suggested links, anything else you think that would be important to outrank competitors for this keyword. So I'm going to hit enter and then skip ahead after this is complete. All right, so as you'll see here in a matter of seconds, NotebookLM drafted a content outline based on the information from those three sources going after the target keyword best ChatGPT hacks. Here's my SEO content outline. And so now what I could do is technically I could come down here and say, now write me a blog post, but I'm going to be real with you guys. I don't really like Google Gemini for writing long form content like blog posts. I'd rather use something like ChatGPT inside a custom GPT or Claude using a Claude project. So then what you can do is you can copy and paste this outline here, which I'm going to show you, open up ChatGPT or Claude, and right here you'll see I'm on my Ryan Dozer AI agent. This is the custom GPT that writes like me. And I basically said, help me write an SEO optimized blog post when I provide the topic. And then I said, here's my topic, and here's also a content outline I want you to follow. And I'm going to click enter, and I'm going to skip ahead when this is complete. All right, so ChatGPT went ahead and generated this blog post on top ChatGPT hacks, and just scrolling through here, it looks decent. It looks like something I could definitely use. Now, I would never recommend copying and pasting an entire blog post, posting it on your website and expecting that to move the needle. You're going to have to polish this, add internal links, external links, add images, and all the other tweaks that go along with a successful SEO strategy. But that's just one quick hack that I wanted to show you, is basically leveraging NotebookLM NotebookLM to generate content outlines. And why you would want to do something like NotebookLM versus coming to ChatGPT and saying, generate me a content outline, is doing it this way. You're using 3 sources that you've directed NotebookLM to analyze and make a content outline based on those top 3 ranking sources. So that is the hack that I wanted to show you for that. So the next NotebookLM hack I want to show you is not only repurposing written text into AI podcasts, which I'm sure a lot of you have done already, and I have that right here, but also transforming written text into AI videos. And I'm going to show you exactly what I mean by this. So what I did is I pulled one of my posts on LinkedIn, how to make a lot of money online without ethics. I should just do a full rant video about this. I'm so passionate about it. But anyways, you could do this for any social media posts, any blog posts, email, right? Any form of written text that you want to transfer to a video. And what you would do is copy and paste whatever that source is, add it into a source on NotebookLM, and you would simply come over here and click paste text. Since we're not adding a link, we're not adding a video, you would just paste that plain text right there. And then you would generate an audio overview, which I have right here, and I've already done this. I've sped up the process. And then once that's done, you would click this little button here and you would click download. This will download an audio file in WAV format. And then once you've done that, you can head over to a tool like revid.ai. It's completely free to sign up. You do get a few videos on the free trial. It's a freemium model. I would recommend coming here versus the other tools that I've been testing for this functionality. But once you're on revid.ai, click create new video after you've signed up for an account. And then what you want to do is click audio to video. This is where we will upload the WAV file that we just downloaded from NotebookLM. And right here, make sure you click upload file. Click this box here, and then you want to find your WAV file that we can now upload to revid.ai. And it looks like it's successfully uploaded.
All right, welcome back, everybody, for another.
Yep, all 5 minutes and 16 seconds right there. And this is where you can set your parameters. So what I want to do is leave this blank. Let's leave it at 9:16. And you want to add video footage. Make sure this is toggled on. What I've learned from this, though, is that you can't do AI video. You'll run out of too many credits if you do that. You can do moving AI images, and you can also do stock videos. And once all of that is done, click generate video. All right, so here is my finalized video file from revid.ai. This took about a minute, maybe a minute and a half. So let's go ahead and click in here and let's see what this looks like. Now, what I noticed right away is it's 32 seconds long. I've optimized for mobile, obviously, like I directed it to in the settings. It has subtitles, right? So the purpose of this is you could use the audio file from NotebookLM, use a tool like revid.ai, and then post this across the short form video platforms, TikTok, Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, right? Et cetera, et cetera. Just another way to just redistribute your content and get more eyeballs on various platforms. Let's take a quick look at this and see what it sounds like.
Okay.
These folks are selling courses and consulting services
Yes,
on
they
topics
are.
that they have no real expertise in,
Oh, wow.
right?
Or
So
pretty unethical.
it is. It's like they're profiting from misinformation.
Yeah.
You know, they're taking advantage of people.
Yeah, preying on people's hopes.
So you see what it did there, right? It automatically reformatted the video, added the B-roll video behind it with that audio file to make it look more engaging versus just, putting out an AI podcast like we see millions of those already that exist from NotebookLM. So that is a quick little hack that you can do with the audio file, is use a tool like revid.ai to repurpose that into engaging video content. So another cool little hack that I discovered with NotebookLM is you can leverage this tool as your own personal coach or consultant based on the source that you upload. Now, what do I mean by this? So in this example, I've uploaded the entire book, The 4-Hour Workweek by Tim Ferriss, which is my favorite book of all time, by the way. You can do this for any podcast. You could do this for any ebook. Whatever that source is, you can turn that book into your own personal coach or consultant with NotebookLM. And let me explain this process here. So what you can do is first you want to upload your source on the top left. And after you do that, you can head over to ChatGPT or Claude to complement this process. And you can say, I'm using NotebookLM and uploaded a book. I want to turn that book into a coach or consultant. Help me generate 2 prompts for NotebookLM. One for the audio. Obviously, we can generate an audio version, and also for the text outputs. So I'm going to copy and paste this one from the text outputs first. Did not mean to do that. Let's go back, copy and paste. come back to NotebookLM, and then right here in the search bar, you would paste that right here, click enter. And remember, we are using Google Gemini for this process. You probably could do something similar by uploading to ChatGPT, to uploading to Claude, but also remember, Google Gemini has a higher context window than some of these other large language models. And so that's why using NotebookLM with Google Gemini is a perfect use case for this. And so as you'll see right here, it generated a step-by-step guide transitioning to a 4-hour work week. So based on the context from that entire book that I uploaded, it's now given me a step-by-step guide with it acting as a coach and consultant of how I can achieve this lifestyle. Number 1, define your lifestyle. Number 2, eliminate the non-essential, the 80-20 rule. Automate your work. Liberate yourself from the office. Launch your muse, tools and scripts, right? So basically, it's breaking down all of the important tidbits of that book into kind of a step-by-step guide if I want to pursue this. Now, obviously, it would change based on whatever the context of the book or podcast or ebook that you upload. But this is just a really quick example. Now, we can also click Notebook Guide and do the same thing for the audio version. So I'm going to come back here. I'm going to copy and paste that audio prompt that it generated. Now, remember, it has to be less than 500 characters. Come back. Let's see. Copy. Having all sorts of little issues here, guys, as I navigate back and forth between the tabs. And then you want to click Customize. And then I'm going to paste that in right here, click Generate, and then I'm going to skip ahead and let's see what it sounds like when it's complete. So let's listen to this really quickly. Now remember, instead of just a general summary like you would normally get in these audio overviews, I set those custom instructions at the beginning to say act as a coach or consultant and not just a general summary. So let's see what this sounds like really quickly.
For lifestyle design, the 4-hour work week.
Such a classic.
It really is.
Such a classic.
And we're going to distill it down to like a 5-minute coaching session packed with actionable tips on productivity, passive income, and even how to achieve location independence.
So you heard that, right? He's breaking it down into a coaching or consulting session. Now, obviously, I'm not going to play all 16 minutes of this. I can leave it in the description if you guys are curious enough to listen to it. But that's what I wanted to show you with this quick little NotebookLM hack is you can upload any source like a book or a podcast, and you can create both an audio and text version of your own personal coach or consultant. So now I want to show you a few little bonus hacks you can do using NotebookLM. And you could also apply this same process to ChatGPT or Claude. NotebookLM, again, is just another great use case for something like this. What you could do is you could have it act as your own little legal consultant. Now, a big disclaimer there, I'm not a lawyer, right? And I would never recommend relying on this tool for anything serious about legal issues, but for very basic understanding and questions, this is a great resource for that versus calling a lawyer and paying hundreds of dollars an hour for something that you could just figure out in seconds on an AI tool like NotebookLM. So let's say I want to learn about copyright law in the United States. What I could do is upload a whole PDF of US copyright law, and I would also want to upload a whole PDF of the US Constitution just to have that in there as well. Once those are uploaded, what you could do, of course, you could do an audio overview if you want that, but what you could do is prompt it with something like the following. You are a legal expert and consultant. Provide bullet points of the 5 most important details about copyright law in the United States that I need to know. And again, this could be for anything about the Constitution or any law that you're trying to learn. I just did a quick example of US copyright law because it can be very confusing. So it says right here are 5 important details about copyright law in the US explained in a way that a 10-year-old can understand. I did add that little sentence at the end there just to make it more understandable to the average person. What is copyright? A basic definition of copyright. How long does copyright last? It says plus 70 years plus, even after they're gone. I didn't know that. What are the creator's superpowers? What if I want to use someone else's work? What can I learn more? Where can I learn more about copyright, right? So you guys get the point here. Again, if this is any serious legal issue, I would never recommend doing this. But for something very basic, if you're just trying to understand a legal concept like this, you can lean on a tool like NotebookLM to act as your basic legal consultant. Now, the final bonus hack I want to share with you isn't necessarily NotebookLM, but it's another Google AI tool called Learnabout. And the reason I bring this up is technically it's in the same ecosystem as NotebookLM under what's called Google Labs. Under emerging AI tools, you'll see NotebookLM right here. That's the most popular one. And right here is Learnabout. This is a new AI tool they released a couple weeks ago. All you need is a free Google account to use it. But if there is any topic that you want to learn about in depth in detail in a digestible format, this is another great way to do it. Whether it's something like ChatGPT, you would just click that and then you'll see what it responds with, right? So it gives me a quick synopsis, an interactive list. You could do the same thing on NotebookLM, but you have to upload sources. If you don't want to upload sources and just simply ask for a topic and rely on Google sources that it has, this is a great way to do that. So again, I know this isn't necessarily NotebookLM, but because it is under Google Labs, I thought this was a cool little hack if you weren't aware about it that I wanted to share with you. So with all of that being said, I hope there were some NotebookLM hacks in this video that you guys can find useful and start using on your own. Appreciate you if you've made it this far into the video. Be sure to give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you found value, but I also want to hear what you guys have to say in the comment section below. Are there any other NotebookLM hacks that I missed? Want to hear about it in the comments. But most importantly, I hope you all have a great day.